If you maintain this boundary, he'll never stop chasing you. Dear friend, have you ever wondered why some women, who may not be strikingly beautiful or flawless, manage to captivate men, earning their lifelong pursuit, respect, and unforgettable presence? Meanwhile, others who love wholeheartedly and sacrifice everything often receive only indifference in return. The difference doesn't lie in luck or looks, but in the boundaries a woman sets for herself. These boundaries serve as a reminder of her worth, ensuring the love she gives is never taken for granted. In today's video, we'll uncover this profound secret together. This secret makes men not only want to be with you, but also strive to keep you forever. So, sit back, take a deep breath, and open your heart. What you're about to hear could transform how you view love, yourself, and how to become the unforgettable woman in a man's heart. Subscribe to our channel today to embark on this journey of self-love and empowerment. In love, there's a truth most women overlook. Men aren't endlessly drawn to kindness, availability, or constant presence whenever they need you. What truly makes a man unable to stop thinking about you, yearning to be near you, lies in one key factor: boundaries. Matthew Hussey has pointed out that women who are relentlessly pursued aren't necessarily the most beautiful, perfect, or accommodating. They simply understand a crucial secret. They know how to set limits on their emotions and presence. In other words, they make it clear that earning their love, attention, and companionship requires effort, respect, and proof of worth. Imagine this: if you always pick up the phone the moment he calls, agree to every invitation, or sacrifice your plans to cater to his desires, your presence becomes too familiar over time. Anything too easily obtained is quickly undervalued. Men are no different. They stop feeling the need to try, no longer seeing you as a precious gift worth cherishing. As a result, the attraction fades, and the initial spark of love dims. In contrast, women with clear boundaries possess a unique allure. They don't need to act cold or play hard to get. They simply value themselves. They don't trade their entire being to please a man. They have their own lives, joys, and plans, creating a sense of scarcity that ignites a man's instinct to pursue. When a man encounters a woman with firm boundaries, he senses clearly she's not easily won. To enter her world, he must prove himself worthy. This mindset drives him to invest effort, seek ways to impress, and value her more with time. The key thing to remember is that boundaries don't mean distance or indifference. You don't need to become cold or unfeeling to make him chase you. Boundaries are about balance. You love and care, but never give more than he's offering. You let love grow from both sides, not tilt entirely to one. This is the secret to making a man pursue you forever. When you hold your worth, demand effort in return, and don't give unconditionally, you become the woman he never wants to lose. In this segment, we're not just learning a relationship strategy, but a profound lesson about self-worth. When you respect yourself, men learn to respect and cherish you too. Hit the like button and follow our channel for more insights to help you shine confidently in love and life. When you know your worth, he'll never stop striving to be worthy of you. In love, many women hold a strong belief: the more they love, give, and sacrifice, the more a man will stay and cherish them. They think that by being gentle, forgiving, and patient enough, one day he'll realize their value and choose them fully. But the truth isn't so simple. Matthew Hussey has made it clear that unconditional availability is a double-edged sword that erodes a woman's allure. When you're always there whenever he needs you, cancel your plans to meet his whims, or never making wait or work for you, you inadvertently become a gift already unwrapped and placed before him. Men don't need to open it or care for it, because they know you're not going anywhere. One of the biggest mistakes is prioritizing him over yourself. You might be exhausted, but force a smile to keep him comfortable. You might have important personal plans, but cancel them because he suddenly asks you out. You might feel sad or neglected, but hide it to avoid troubling him. At first glance, this seems like noble sacrifice, but it sends the wrong message. I'm always here, no matter how you treat me. Another mistake is believing that being overly understanding will win a man's heart. Many women think that by being patient, never complaining, and always empathizing, men will be moved and stay loyal. In reality, excessive understanding can make you fade into the background of his life. He'll see you as someone without needs or limits, and gradually, your presence becomes invisible. Men don't operate purely on logic in matters of love. Their affection isn't fueled by absolute security, but by emotion, challenge, and the desire to conquer. When everything becomes too predictable or certain, the excitement fades. Think about it. Even you might feel this way. If someone clings to you, always agrees, and gives without expecting anything in return, would you cherish them or grow bored? Sadly, many women don't realize this. They keep giving, hoping men will change on their own. But the result is often the opposite. The more they give, the more they're taken for granted. The more available they are, the less they're valued. It's not that men are cruel, it's human nature to undervalue what's too easily obtained. The biggest mistake isn't loving too much, but loving without boundaries. You might think love means total sacrifice, but healthy love never demands you lose yourself. When you become the one who's always there, you not only lose your appeal in his eyes, but also diminish your inherent worth. So, instead of striving to be the perfect, always agreeable woman, pause and ask yourself, am I loving in a way that makes me invisible to him? If the answer is yes, it's time to change by setting boundaries for your love. The greatest mistake women make in love isn't loving deeply, it's loving so freely that they lose their own value. If you look closely, you'll notice that in every area of life, men are most driven when they're challenged to conquer something. From work to sports to games, most activities tap into their innate drive to pursue, and love is no exception. Matthew Hussey emphasizes a key truth: men value what they work hard to earn. When a goal, opportunity, or woman requires effort and persistence, they instinctively cherish the result. Conversely, when things come too easily, they slip into a mindset of taking them for granted. Consider a familiar example. A man might spend months preparing for a job interview, focusing intensely on every answer and step. When he lands the job, the sense of pride and attachment is immense. But if another job is handed to him without effort, no matter how great the role, he's less motivated to value it. This psychology applies even more to love. Deep down, men find excitement in pursuing something valuable and rare. It's how their brains are wired. When they have to chase, they're thrilled. When it's too easy, they get bored. Thus, a woman who sets clear boundaries, making her affection not freely given, activates a man's pursuit instincts. The key here isn't about playing games or making things unnecessarily difficult. True pursuit happens when he feels that your attention, love, and presence are valuable and must be earned. He doesn't assume he has you, he must prove he's worthy. When women grasp this psychology, everything changes. You stop believing you need to give endlessly to prove your love. Instead, you realize that your scarcity and self-worth are what keep a man invested for the long haul. He'll no longer see you as a safe option, but as a treasure worth protecting. Imagine this. If a man knows you'll always be there no matter what, he loses the drive to try. But if he understands that your love requires nurturing, care, and effort, he'll constantly seek ways to prove himself. In that process, his bond with you deepens. The beauty is that this pursuit instinct doesn't fade after the early stages of love. Even in long-term relationships, when a man feels he must continue earning your respect and affection, the flame of passion stays alive. Conversely, if things become too easy, the relationship risks falling into monotony, losing its initial spark. So, instead of fearing that boundaries will push him away, understand that they awaken his innate drive to conquer. and when that drive is sparked, you become the woman he never wants to let go of. Among all the boundaries a woman should set in love, the most critical is never to invest more in the relationship than he does. This sounds simple, but in practice, it's a major challenge for many women. When in love, women often slip into giving unconditionally. You might think that the more you care, nurture, and love, the more he'll see your worth. But the reality is harsh. When you consistently invest more than he does, you create an imbalance in love. Picture a scale. One side is your effort, the other is his. If the scale tips heavily towards you, what happens? He stops trying because you've done the work for him. He no longer feels the need to invest because you've given too much. Over time, you become the one chasing while he merely enjoys the benefits. Matthew Hussey notes that imbalanced investment kills attraction. When you spend too much time texting, checking in, or caring while he barely reciprocates, you inadvertently place him in the role of the pursued. You become the one running after him, always fearing loss. In contrast, when you pause and match his level of effort, you send a powerful message. My love isn't a given, it's earned through mutual respect and care. This boundary doesn't mean being cold, distant, or manipulative. It's about emotional balance. If he texts with care, you respond warmly. If he plans a date, you're happy to join. But if he's neglectful or indifferent, you don't compensate by giving more. When this boundary is upheld, something magical happens. Men start recognizing your value. He no longer sees your love as guaranteed, but as a reward earned through effort. He becomes more proactive, caring, and driven to nurture the relationship. More importantly, maintaining this boundary makes you feel more confident and secure in love. You no longer feel anxious, scared, or compelled to hold on to him. You know that true love thrives when both sides invest equally and cherish each other. The beauty is that this boundary doesn't push men away, it draws them closer. When you stop chasing, he must step forward to keep you. When you don't overinvest, he questions what more he can do to prove his worth, fueling his pursuit forever. So, the golden boundary in love isn't about being distant, it's about balance. You don't give less or more than you receive. You give just enough, matching what you get. This fairness is the foundation that makes a man cherish, pursue, and protect you forever. When a woman truly understands and holds this boundary, not investing more than he does, something remarkable happens in the relationship. Love stops being a one-sided chase and becomes balanced, fair, and mature from both sides. First, you'll notice a clear shift in how he treats you. Instead of being indifferent or waiting for you to initiate, he realizes your affection isn't guaranteed. He knows that without effort, you won't compensate with your sacrifices. From there, he becomes more proactive, texting first, planning dates, and showing genuine care for your feelings. This not only makes you feel valued, but also fosters a deeper bond in him. As Matthew Hussey points out, people treasure what they work hard to maintain. When a man invests energy and time to keep your love, that effort strengthens his attachment. He doesn't just love you for fleeting emotions, but because he's worked to earn you. When women uphold this boundary, you'll also see him cherishing every moment with you. If meetups were once casual, squeezed into his free time, now he'll put thought into planning, ensuring your time together is memorable. He won't take your presence for granted, knowing you're not always available to drop everything for him. Most importantly, maintaining this boundary brings you inner peace. You no longer feel anxious or fear that giving less will push him away. Instead, you see your worth clearly, knowing true love doesn't demand one-sided sacrifice. This confidence makes you more attractive to men. Every man is drawn to a woman who knows her value and isn't afraid to set standards for love. Another powerful effect, he'll start comparing you to other relationships in his life. If he could easily gain attention elsewhere without effort, with you, he must continually prove himself. This distinction makes you special in his eyes, not a convenient Option, but a woman he can't bear to lose. Finally, upholding this boundary keeps the spark of pursuit alive. Many relationships grow stale when men feel there's nothing left to conquer, but when you balance investment, he stays driven to keep you, refresh the relationship, and make you happy. That's the secret to a love that's not only passionate at the start but enduring and captivating over time. In short, when women hold this boundary, you gain not only love and respect from men, but also peace and confidence within yourself. You're no longer chasing to keep a relationship, but become the woman men strive endlessly to hold on to. When women maintain boundaries, it's easy to distinguish between a man who truly pursues you and one who sees you as a temporary option. Men can say a lot, make grand promises, but actions reveal the truth. So, what are the signs a man is genuinely invested in pursuing and staying with you? 1. He initiates contact. A sincere man doesn't vanish for a week, only reappearing when bored. Instead, he actively seeks to connect with you. Not just casual texts, but genuine interest, asking about your day, referencing small stories you've shared, or sending a good morning message to brighten your day. 2. He prioritizes time with you. Men are often busy with work, friends, or hobbies, but if you matter, you'll be part of his plans. He doesn't wait for free moments to meet, he carves out time to be with you. Not just late night hangouts or when he's free, but even during busy days, he makes an effort to share moments with you. 3. He notices the little things. A man truly pursuing you remembers seemingly trivial details: your favorite food, the song you love, or a complaint you shared on a tough day. He surprises you with that dish, sends that song exactly when you need it. These small gestures aren't random, they show you're on his mind. 4. He envisions a future with you, a sign that can't be faked. He naturally includes you in his future plans. Not grand promises, but simple mentions like wanting to take you somewhere next month or planning a winter trip together. These show he's not just thinking about now, but wants you in his long-term journey. 5. He competes for your attention. A man truly pursuing you doesn't resent your work, friends, or personal life. Instead, he values you more for having your own world. This motivates him to work harder to hold a significant place in your life. He doesn't take your attention for granted, but strives to earn it. 6. He's consistent, not hot and cold. Unlike those who only show up for fun or comfort, a man truly pursuing you is steady and reliable. He doesn't disappear for days with vague excuses. His presence is clear and consistent, making you feel valued. 7. He strives to make you happy. Another sign is his genuine effort to bring you joy, not to impress temporarily, but from the heart. He wants to see you smile, know you're happy, and does small things to make it happen. The biggest difference between a man who truly pursues and one who's superficial lies in consistency and effort. A half-hearted man offers sporadic attention, showing up when he's in the mood, vanishing when he's not. But a man who wants you leaves a mark, through actions, from planning to remembering details, to constantly finding ways to make you feel loved. So, when you set boundaries, watch for these signs. They'll help you discern who truly wants to be with you and who sees you as a fleeting option. Setting boundaries in love is tough, but maintaining them is even harder. Many women start strong and resolute, but a few sweet gestures or promises from a man can unravel their principles. Once boundaries waver, your magnetic power fades. 1. Starting strong but quickly softening. This is the most common mistake. You set clear standards, like not accepting late-night texts or weeks of neglect. But one sweet message or a promise of "I'll do better" that makes you relent. This teaches him boundaries are flimsy, easily overcome with minimal effort. 2. Over-explaining or justifying. A true boundary doesn't need lengthy explanations, yet many women try to justify why they deserve respect or attention. Explaining your boundaries inadvertently lowers their value. You don't need to convince a man you're worthy. Your actions and how you live prove it. 3. Using boundaries as punishment. Some women turn boundaries into a power game, going silent or cold, not to maintain balance, but to make a man chase out of fear. The problem: men can tell the difference between genuine boundaries and manipulation. Using boundaries as punishment creates tension and inauthenticity. 4. Only enforcing when upset. Another mistake is raising boundaries only when hurt or disappointed. When things are smooth, you let him do as he pleases. Only when issues arise do you mention your standards. This makes boundaries seem impulsive, not a steady principle. True boundaries must hold, even in calm times, not just when you're angry. 5. Mistaking boundaries for aloofness. Some women think boundaries mean being distant, unemotional, or never vulnerable. This is a mistake. Boundaries don't mean closing your heart. You can be gentle, caring, even vulnerable, but only for someone who proves worthy through effort and respect. Boundaries aren't walls, they're doors that open for the right person. 6. Hoping boundaries will change the wrong man. Many women believe steadfast boundaries will transform an uncaring man into a devoted one. But boundaries aren't magic, they filter out the unsuitable. Those unwilling to invest will leave. The ones who stay are worth your love. 7. Abandoning boundaries when deeply in love. The most dangerous mistake is forgetting boundaries as love deepens. Fear of loss or hurt makes you lower your standards. But this is when boundaries matter most. True love never demands you lose yourself to keep someone. Holding boundaries isn't easy, but when you do, the difference is clear. You maintain not only your allure to men, but also your self-respect and peace. Conversely, letting these mistakes erode your boundaries traps you in a cycle of giving too much, receiving too little, and losing yourself in love. Every woman wants to be not just loved, but cherished, pursued, and valued long-term by a man. But how do you become the woman who's irreplaceable in his heart? The answer lies not in how beautiful or accomplished you are, but in how you live and honor your worth. 1. Value yourself. An unforgettable woman knows she deserves genuine love. She doesn't beg for attention or settle for scraps of affection. She understands that if a man can't cherish her, he's not the right one. This quiet pride makes her magnetic. Men are drawn to women who know their worth. 2. Maintain a rich personal life. What makes a woman memorable is her own world of passions, goals, friends, and joys. Men are intrigued by someone with fresh stories to share, radiating positive energy, not revolving solely around him. A woman with her own life signals, "You're not my entire world, but I've chosen a place for you in it." 3. Balance softness and strength. An unforgettable woman's allure lies in her delicate balance, gentle yet firm. She can be caring and kind, but strong, enough to set boundaries and say no when needed. This blend keeps men engaged, offering both comfort and challenge. 4. Inspire, don't control. An unforgettable woman doesn't change a man through pressure or control. She inspires him to become his best self. Being around her makes men want to strive, not out of fear, but from encouragement to grow. 5. Leave a lasting emotional impact. Men may forget looks or casual words, but they never forget how a woman makes them feel. An unforgettable woman creates authentic moments, warm emotions that linger. It could be a smile on a rainy afternoon, a supportive glance during tough times, or the quiet peace of sitting together. These subtle moments etch her into his heart. 6. Never lose yourself. Most crucially, an unforgettable woman doesn't abandon herself to keep anyone. She knows true love doesn't demand unconditional sacrifice, but mutual respect and care. She can love deeply, but if a relationship requires diminishing herself, she's ready to walk away. This pride is her strongest draw, making men never stop pursuing her. When you become this woman, shallow men fade away, while the worthy ones step forward, cherishing and striving to keep you. You don't chase love, true love finds you and never wants to let go. An unforgettable woman isn't perfect, she's authentic, knows her value, and has the courage to love without losing herself. When you become that woman, love ceases to be a battle to hold on to, it becomes a journey of being cherished, pursued, and loved forever. C. Becoming an unforgettable woman isn't about doing everything to keep a man, but about valuing yourself, setting boundaries, and living your true worth. When you choose to love yourself first, the right man will choose to pursue you for a lifetime. If today's insights resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to catch our next videos. Share in the comments what touched your heart most. Your story might inspire another woman out there. See you in the next video.